Welcome to Beyond the Years podcast, a podcast about all things Disney.
You are listening to episode 35. Today I am so freaking excited. We are going to be talking about the first day of D23. Disney announced so many things today. I was going to share all of them on our stories, but there just ended up being so many. It was going to be hard to keep up with. So today we're going to be just kind of recapping what they announced today. And this is just Disney shows and movies. Okay. Nothing to do with the theme parks and nothing to do with Marvel because that's a separate panel.
But they did do Marvel games and Disney games today as well.
Okay. Do you want to talk about those?
We'll talk about those in a little bit. Let's get to the meat and potatoes first.
Okay. So I am literally just going to go in the order of things that they were announced. Before I start with the D23 things, I wanted to mention really quick, we never talked about Hocus Pocus 2. This was not announced during D23, but it was announced previously, and it's going to be on Disney Plus September 30th. So that's a big deal because it's been a really long time since the first movie.
Yeah, like 20 years almost.
Yeah, so if you're a Hocus Pocus fan, I'm sure you know about this already. But it is a big thing. I just wanted to briefly mention it. Okay, so moving on. So the first thing that I have that was announced here is Disenchanted, a Disney movie streaming on Disney Plus November 24th.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sequel to Enchanted.
Never seen it.
With Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey.
Never seen it.
I doubt that. Okay. Well, I've seen it a great many times and it is a freaking phenomenal movie. And I think we have been all waiting for a sequel essentially since it came out. I think it came out in 2007. I don't have it in front of me, but I think it's been about 15 years. So I am extremely
2007.
excited. Yeah. I remember seeing this movie in theaters, the first one. And
what's it about?
So the main character, Giselle, which is played by Amy Adams, lives in like an animated world.
That's Lois Lane, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She lives, it's like a fairy tale. Like everybody's just super happy. They're singing. She speaks to animals. It's just kind of like very like happy. Mm-hmm. And then she is getting ready to get married to the prince that she literally just met that day. And he like rescued her from an ogre or something. And they're going to get married. And then his evil stepmother basically poisons her. And it sends her into like this weird well. And then she shoots up in like the middle of New York City through like, what are those?
A manhole cover?
Manholes. Yeah. So she shot up through like a manhole and arrived in New York City. And then it went to like live action. And basically the movie is her trying to like get back to Andalasia, which is where she's from. Mm-hmm. She meets Patrick Dempsey and his daughter, and he's actually engaged at the time to somebody else. And then just over the course of the movie, they obviously fall in love. There's a lot more to it. Obviously, it's like a fairy tale movie. So her fiance from Andalasia comes to like try to rescue her. His evil stepmother like comes to Andalasia to try to kill her, and it's just crazy. But she ends up being, getting with Patrick Dempsey, and they're just a happy family. And it's super
Dr.
adorable.
McDreamy.
McDreamy, yeah. I like Patrick Dempsey. I'm not like super mega fan or anything, but I definitely did love Enchanted, so I am extremely excited to see Disenchanted. I feel like my sister and I will definitely have to go see it in theater, or she can like come over and watch it with us. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so November 24th on Disney Plus, Disenchanted. And it looks like it's got the original cast. So that is really exciting. Okay. So the next movie, or I don't know if this is a movie or not, but it's Peter Pan and Wendy. It looks like live action. Gonna be releasing on Disney Plus in 2023. I believe it's a movie. So that's pretty cool. very like super whimsical. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I'm looking at it as well as you're talking about it.
Okay. Well, what do you think?
I'm not a big Peter Pan fan,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I guess it looks like a movie to me, like a Disney Plus movie.
Yeah. I'm never been like a huge Peter Pan fan, but I love the whimsy of Neverland. And so I would be excited to see where they took this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one, Mufasa, The Lion King in 2024.
Is this gonna be live action or cartoon?
It looks like it's going to be live action.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I say amazing because it's going to be like an origin story for Mufasa. And obviously, like, we get so little time with Mufasa in The Lion King.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I completely agree. I think this is going to be good.
yeah. And I saw, because I saw that earlier, and someone posted on the, like, in a comment, and was like, wow, Disney just really milking all their IPs. And I'm like, yeah, if it's something like that, milk away.
Yeah, that's what people want. We're eating this up.
Yeah, like, give me an origin story of Mufasa, like his father, and like, I mean, we'll probably get like major Scar backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's his brother. So
Yeah. We'll see why he is the way he is.
yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one is Disney's Snow White, starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot,
Oh, is Gal Gadot gonna be the witch?
releasing in 2024. I don't know. What do you think?
She's gotta be.
That's crazy. I like Gal Gadot.
Yeah, I do too.
I know like Wonder Woman hasn't been like super well received, but I liked her as Wonder Woman, and I think she's a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously she's stunning.
Okay.
Okay. Disney's The Little Mermaid is coming to theaters May 26th, 2023.
So I watched this trailer,
Yeah.
and at first I was like, oh man, what is this gonna be?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, it's definitely Little Mermaid. And I knew there was like a lot of backlash about the girl that's playing her. But when she started singing, I was like, yep, she's
Mhm.
perfect, because she
Yeah.
sounds just like Ariel.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Yeah, but I remember they announced this one
God, in like
years
2018.
ago. I remember, yeah, it's been a long time. And so I'm glad we have a final like release date. Of course, it's always subject to change, but it's nice to know like spring of 2023 we're going to get this movie. So
Mhm.
I'm excited. I'm a big sucker for all of the live action princess movies. None of them have been perfect, the exact way that you would want them to be, but some of them are pretty close. So
I think Beauty and the Beast is probably the best live action, like translation from live action to movie, or from cartoon to movie.
I love Beauty and the Beast. Oh,
I'm gonna say that's the best one.
Cinderella is really good too.
Mm.
I love
Cinderella's
Cinderella.
good, but the girl that plays Belle, what's her
Uh-huh.
name?
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
I actually did not like the casting of that.
You didn't like Emma Watson?
She does a good job for who she is and what she's capable of, but she doesn't have the essence of Belle to me.
Mm.
But I still love Beauty and the Beast live action. It's still one of my favorite live action movies, and I actually watched it last week. So I watch it whenever I can. Between that and Cinderella, those are my favorites. But yeah, I love the live action princess movies.
I like Cinderella, but I wasn't a fan of the Cinderella live action. I don't like the girl that plays Cinderella.
No,
Yeah.
I thought she did Lily James.
She doesn't look like Cinderella.
I thought she did a great job. It like every time I watch that movie, there are certain scenes that make me like tear up literally every single time, and I've probably seen it like 12 times.
They call me Joshurella at work.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm always, like today, I always had to be on top of one of our machines, and I was like on my hands and knees with a scrubber and scrubbing, and I was like, do the dishes, Joshurella. Clean the Mazak, Joshurella.
Oh my God.
And everyone was laughing.
That's funny. Okay, let's move on. So, Ember and Wade, played by Leah Lewis and Mamoudou Athie from Disney and Pixar's Elemental, coming to theaters June 16th, 2023.
Yeah, this looks interesting.
He looks like Osmosis Jones.
That's literally what I thought when I saw it.
It was a sequel. I just saw the picture and I was like, oh my God, yes, Osmosis Jones 2. Let's go.
No.
No. Obviously, his likeness, though, is crazy. But
he's water, yeah.
I'm excited to see that. That'll be a fun one, just to get something new for Grayson to watch. But Pixar, we are a huge Pixar household.
Someone just said, I got excited thinking this was Osmosis Jones.
Who else thought it was Osmosis Jones?
Literally, the first 50 comments are, oh my gosh, is that Osmosis Jones? Osmosis Jones.
They're going to have to reanimate the movie because people are going to think it's Osmosis Jones.
Someone said that it's a guy that's water and a girl that's fire, and someone said that girl is hot.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's cute. I'm sorry I butchered his name. Okay, so that looks good. And then we've got
a series.
Yes, it's a series. Win or lose? Is that
I think
what
it's called Up to Bat. Oh, Up to Bat at D23. Win or lose.
Will Forte and Coach Dan Coach Dan. Sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It's not working for my brain. Anyway, it looks cute.
Win or Lose comes out to Disney Plus in 2023.
Yes.
It doesn't say when, it just says 2023. So I'm assuming it'll probably be a fall. Since it's baseball, it'll probably be like a spring or fall show.
Sorry, I kind of butchered that one.
Okay. It doesn't, it looks like the Captain Underpants style of animation.
Okay.
Which Pixar is always doing something different with animation stuff.
Yeah, I just, in general, like, if it's Pixar, that's just kind of like a notch above to me. So I generally love Pixar animation.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is Elio, a boy who finds himself transported across the galaxy and mistaken for the intergalactic ambassador of our planet Earth, starring America Ferrera as Olga Solis and Jonas Kibreb as Elio, directed by Adrian Molina and produced by Mary Alice Drum, lands in spring 2024. So we still have a year and a half on that one. Did you see pictures of this one?
I saw the one picture. It looks interesting.
It looks cute. Okay. Here's a big one. Are you ready?
Yep.
Inside Out 2.
Yep.
It's going to be released summer of 2024. So I'm so pumped for this. I have always wanted a sequel to Inside Out because I like the movie.
Yeah.
But in my brain, when I saw like the previews for it and when I heard about the storyline and just the whole premise behind it, my brain went in a different direction than they went in the movie. And now we have an opportunity to do it differently.
Like how?
It just kind of went to a dark place, like the animation got really dark when it reflected how she felt at the time, which was like really sad and depressed. They just moved. Everything was dark and boring and dull. And that was like a physical representation of like how she felt. And so like, me, I like the bright, colorful movies. And then just the storyline was just a little bit sad and depressing. So I would like to see something.
Yeah, this one's going to be just as sad and depressing. It's a Pixar movie.
We'll see. Anyway, well, I'm excited. It'll be good regardless.
Amy Poehler Returns. And I'm assuming it's the same director.
Directed by Kelsey Mann, produced by Mark Nielsen, and written by Meg LaFoe. So we'll see. I don't know the names of every director of every movie that's ever existed, but those are who are going to be doing this one. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Do you think that they're going to play it like her parents had another baby and it's from the perspective of the second child, or do you think it's going to be a completely different family?
I mean, it'll be her.
You think so?
It won't. I mean, if Amy Poehler's returning as Joy,
I don't know.
it's gonna be her, but like as a teenager or adult.
Okay.
I would assume a teenager, or an older teenager, or going into college or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe she loses a parent.
Oh my God, that was dark.
It's a Pixar movie.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Oh Lord.
Are you looking at the logos?
Kugali's Iwalu
What?
journey into futuristic version of Lagos, Nigeria, with this first look of Disney's animation in Kugali's Ulahu. Oh my gosh.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
It's on Disney's website.
Holy
You'll be able to
cow.
see it.
That looks really cute.
It's a series that streams on Disney Plus in 2023.
Yes, sorry. I keep talking and then I like forget that I haven't mentioned when it's going to be out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that looks cute.
There's nothing on it other than that.
Yeah. And then we actually have seen previews of this next one. Strange World, November 23rd, 2022. I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be super fun and whimsical. Do you remember seeing the previews?
Yeah, but this is not a Pixar movie. This is a Disney.
Did I say Pixar?
No, I'm just letting them know. This is
Okay.
not like a Disney Pixar movie. It's just a Disney movie.
Yeah. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about. I mean, obviously, Strange World, but it's interesting.
I think that's just like the whole premise. The world is really strange. Like what's a good example of like, I guess it would be kind of like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, how like all of the things are like alive.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of, but definitely different animation style.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is kind of like alive.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be so cute. I think not Disney, Grayson. I think Grayson is going to get a kick out of that. Don't you?
Yeah.
That might be one that we can watch
In
in theater with him, depending on the runtime, because that'll be right around his 3rd birthday, and that can be something that we do as a family for his birthday.
Yeah.
And if it's because Lightyear, the problem we had with it was a smidgen too long.
Yeah.
Not necessarily too long, but too long for a toddler to sit and watch. So
well,
if
and
this
he was just a little above 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess he was like 2.5.
So if this movie's like an hour and a half ish, I think it'll keep his attention for almost all of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So we need to do that.
Okay. Next up.
Okay.
This is called Wish.
Wish. All new animated feature film that explores how the iconic wishing star came to be, starring Ariana DeBoy as Asha, directed by Chris Buck and Fawn Veer Sunthorn, produced by Peter Del Vecchio and Juan Pablo Reyes, and featuring all new songs by Julia Michaels, releasing November of 2023. That sounds cute.
Yeah, I think this is going to be like another princess movie kind of.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not like necessarily like super excited about that one, but I don't know. It looks fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So also at D23, we're going to talk about this too. They added 14 new Disney legends.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read off those 14 real quick.
Okay.
Anthony Anderson, Kristen Bell, well-deserved. Chadwick Boseman, absolutely well-deserved. Robert Coltrane, Patrick Dempsey, Robert Price, Bob Foster, Jonathan Groff, Don Hahn, Josh Gad, Doris Hardone, Adina Menzel. But
Adele Dazeem.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Chris Montan, Ellen Pompeo, and Tracy Ellis Ross.
Okay, so.
And Patrick Dempsey, did you see his picture on here?
No, I was at
Go.
I was at work when all of this was happening.
Go look at
I'm
it.
Just like.
Also, Anthony Anderson. I love Anthony Anderson. But Patrick Dempsey, he's got like white hair. He's standing with Mickey and a blonde-headed girl. I'm not sure who it is. Unrecognizable for sure.
Okay, so that is insane. He must be working on a role.
I don't know, but it's all white.
Yeah, but it's very obviously dyed white, because I know he's got very salt and pepper hair right now. So he's got to be doing something. Let's see.
At least you hope.
Because it is. Patrick Dempsey now has white hair and explains why he has changed it at D23 Expo. It's because of his role in Ferrari.
So interesting.
So, tell me a little bit about the 14. What was the so Disney Legends? What does that mean? It's just like an honor.
Yeah, like they're inducted into the Hall of Fame of like Disney people. And I watched Josh Gad's speech, and it was really funny. Like obviously he's like super honored, but when he was 18, he applied to be a skipper on the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
And he said to the person who does the hiring for the Jungle Cruise, go ahead and update my resume to Disney legend.
Oh my God. That is so crazy.
But he didn't get the job. And so it was like he was obviously making a joke and jabbing at him a little bit because they didn't hire him.
Yeah. What was I? Okay, so I was listening to the Office Ladies podcast. And in one of their more recent episodes, they were it's obviously Angela Kinsey and Jenna Fisher from The Office. They play Pam and Angela. And Jenna Fisher was actually talking about Josh Gad, and they had some sort of connection, and they recalled the time when he had just gotten the role of Olaf. And that was like his big break.
Yeah.
And they just remember having that conversation, asking him about the role. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to play a snowman. And they're like, that's awesome. And then now it's like a huge thing, obviously. And it's really kickstarted his career. But that's kind of irrelevant. But I just kind of thought about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. So another thing, National Treasure, Edge of History. We don't have much more on it than we had before, but it is coming soon to Disney Plus, which leads me to believe that it will be within the next few months, I would assume, if not like in a couple weeks. What do you think?
For the
National Treasure?
I would say probably end of the year. Okay. It might be like a holiday thing. Okay. Do a little bit of talking because I got to find the games that were announced at D23.
Okay. So I would love to hear from everybody who listens to the podcast what you are most excited about. I did a poll on our Instagram stories, but we'll probably do another poll once we upload this podcast and it's gotten some people like listening to it. Yeah, what are you most excited for? I think I'm most excited for Disenchanted, probably my number one thing, but I'm also really excited for The Little Mermaid because, like I said, I love the live action movies. I don't know. I'm kind of weirdly excited for Peter Pan and Wendy, but just to name a few. So over the next couple of days, we still are going to have the D23 Expo. Today was just the first day. Josh, what's going on tomorrow at the expo?
I believe tomorrow is where they're going to do the big Marvel panel in the evening.
Okay, because I know,
and I think it's going to be Disney Park stuff tomorrow day.
Okay, because I did see a couple things announced for Disney parks, but we will do a separate podcast for that. And I do know that they announced Kevin Feige as a guest star for the Marvel panel, which is obviously a big deal. So we'll do our best to get these podcasts up and going so you guys are able to listen to them right after D23.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So these are the games that were announced for Disney Marvel. So this is like mobile games and console style games.
Uh-huh.
All right, so the first one's a big one because this has been like a big rumored thing. It's a Captain America and Black Panther story set in World War II.
Oh, that is so cool. I don't play games, but you do sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Another game we've got here is Marvel's Midnight Suns, and it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch version.
Okay. I
don't know.
I did see that actually.
Oh, okay. It's for new gen consoles and PC. The Switch does not have a date, I'm sorry. But it's like it's not going to be my kind of game. Let's see here. Tron Identity is a new visual novel adventure from Thomas Was Alone's Bithell Games. Don't know what that is, but it's something to do with Tron.
Okay. Nice. That's good marketing on their part because the new Tron Ride is going to be opening soon.
Yeah, and they're working on like a TV show or a movie, I think.
Are they?
I think so.
Did I just miss that?
I think they're working on it.
Okay, because they have the original Tron movie, and then they have the remake, which was really good. And
I think they're working on a TV series.
Nice. I freaking love that.
We also have a new co-op Mickey Mouse and Friends game from Illusion Island.
I'm looking at that right now.
Announced exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. And it's that animation style that we do not like.
Yeah. Old school. It's like the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway animation style.
Yeah. Let's see. Now we have a Marvel World of Heroes, a new Marvel AR game, which is augmented reality. Has been announced by Pokemon Go developer Niantic.
Man, the names that we've had to say today.
Yeah, no.
I was not mentally prepared for that. And I have a little bit of a lisp, so that makes it even harder to get it correct. Sorry, so we butchered a lot of names today.
Okay. Here's your game that you're going to play. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora.
That sounds magical, but I probably won't play the game, but it does sound magical.
It was just a quick gameplay overview, but it does look really cool.
If we had more time,
Frontiers of Pandora. Oh, okay.
If we had more time in every single day, I would definitely play that. And just in general, I think I don't play games because I'm like have an addictive personality type, and when I latch onto something, I get obsessed with it.
I gotcha.
And I don't want to do that with games because we don't really have time.
Okay. So another game called Return to Monkey Island is set to be released on September 19th. Never heard of it, but it looks kind of cool. Aliens Dark Descent first look gameplay trailer revealed. I'll give a quick description. Alien Descent was officially announced the Summer Game Fest Showcase 2022. It is a squad-based top-down shooter that will see a team of space marines taken down on hordes of xenomorphs. This Disney Marvel Showcase revealed a first look at gameplay and showed a bit more about how the game will be played when it arrives on PC and console in 2023.
Man, there's so much.
Okay. Old school 90s show, Gargoyles. Did you watch that as a kid?
Not on a regular basis.
Well,
I feel like I've seen it.
Gargoyles Remastered will bring the 90s classic platform to modern consoles and PC. So that's cool. I didn't watch it as a kid. Disney's Dreamlight Valley to add a new Toy Story realm later this year, which is another game that a lot of people have been playing right now. Your brother Sam was playing it the other night. There's a couple mobile games. New Star Wars Lego game called Skywalker Saga gets a new Galactic Edition with new characters. So I'm assuming it's just a downloadable content. Disney Speedstorm. This looks interesting. I don't know if this is a PC game, but it's like Mario Kart with Disney characters.
That's fun.
And Marvel characters.
Okay.
And Pixar characters. like pretty much any Disney character. And like, so in the clip, it showed like Sully racing Jack Sparrow.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's like Mario Kart. It looks just like Mario Kart. It looks super fun.
I miss that time, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in your childhood where you could just sit down and play a game for hours and just have fun.
Yeah. Disney's Mirrorverse Halloween season. Yeah, so that's about it. It's Sam. I was texting Sam during the whole thing. Sam is Ashley's brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, it was kind of a lackluster.
For the games?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What about for the movies? Does he care about that?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I mean, I know he'll care about the Marvel movies, but the other movies, I'm not sure if he'll care about.
I don't disagree, but I don't really care about the games. So I guess I don't really care if there's a lot of really good ones or not.
Yeah, I get it.
I care about the movies, though.
Mm-hmm.
Which was not lackluster at all. I think that is super exciting. Okay, so what movies or series are you most excited for that they have announced?
Definitely Inside Out 2. Mufasa is probably my top one I'm going to be excited about because that just sounds awesome. And like he's getting up there in age, but oh my gosh, I just lost his name. Darth Vader, Mufasa. What's the guy? James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
He's getting up there in age, and like I need as much James Earl Jones as I can get before he passes away.
Yeah.
So if obviously I would hope they would have him back to voice the character.
Yeah, potentially.
So
we'll see.
I'm super excited if they do that.
Okay. What else?
Now
that I'm looking at the list, I'm excited for Snow White. I forgot to mention that one. It'll be another live action princess movie.
No, you mentioned it.
Did I?
Yeah. You just glazed over it real quick.
No, like as far as my favorites.
Oh.
Or not my favorites, but like the ones I'm most excited about.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, it's literally just Snow White starring these two people releasing around this time.
Yeah. I would be excited for Snow White just because Gal Gadot's in it.
No, I agree. I like her. I think she's great. So definitely makes me excited for it.
What else is there? I'm totally lost now.
So that's okay.
But Snow White would be fun. And the Lagos, Nigeria one, the one that we couldn't pronounce, Kugali's Iwa, that looks super interesting.
Yeah.
And I always like when Disney travels to, or like when they go like to another place that like you're not used to. Like we're Americans, so we're obviously like we're used to American things, but when you see more culture in the movies, it's like really fun to learn about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just looking at the schedule for the panels.
I guess Disenchanted, I'd be excited for that because I haven't seen Enchanted.
It's so good. I'm shocked that you haven't seen that. Like I've watched it several times here. Anyway, I was just looking at the panel for Saturday, tomorrow, and Sunday. The first thing we have tomorrow is Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century Studios panel.
Okay.
That's huge. So we're probably going to have to do another podcast tomorrow. Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur panel. Bob's Burgers, a conversation with the cast and creative team.
What time? Does it say times or?
10 a.m. on the first one.
And that's Marvel?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So they're going to get that's Marvel Studios?
Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, and 20th Century panel. 10 to 12.
Damn, they're going to get it done early then. I thought they'd do it in the evening.
I don't know. Magic in the Air, Muppets Christmas Carol, Disney's Epic Entertainment Showcase the musical, sneak peek at the new Zootopia Plus series. That's the end of tomorrow.
Zootopia Disney Plus series?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not going to do a sequel, or are they just going to do a sequel?
It just says series.
Interesting.
So more to follow on that. And then Sunday, we're starting off with Disney series, The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder panel. Back to the Grid, 40 Years of Tron, presented by Enterprise. FX's AHS Behind the Screams. And then conversations with Disney character voices. Okay, so tomorrow's the big day.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be huge.
Oh my gosh. That's so exciting.
So the rumors for tomorrow, they're gonna talk about let's see, for Marvel at least. I know they're gonna potentially announce the Fantastic Four cast, which has been a lot of rumors the past couple days. So my biggest, and this is gonna be a good one because I have thought about this for a long time now, and everyone has been wanting Henry Cavill to come in to play a superhero. One of them is Hyperion, who's just like not a knockoff. He's like a copy paste of what Superman is.
Okay.
Very similar storyline, like super strong, can fly, powered by the sun. Well, and everyone started talking about this the other day, and I'm like, damn it, I should have posted something about this like a long time ago. I wanted Henry Cavill to play Doctor Doom because he's got that.
I could see that.
Yeah, he's still pretty, I think he's in his late 30s, so he's still decently young. And I love Henry Cavill. Like, I would say like I'm a little bit of a fanboy of him because he is so like genuine, and he's a nerd.
Is he?
He's a major nerd. Like, he almost didn't get the role of Superman because he missed the phone call because he was in the middle of playing a video game.
Oh no. Come on now.
Yep.
Okay.
And he did a whole YouTube video where he was building his own PC.
Oh.
So he's super cool.
Okay.
He's just like,
I didn't know that.
yeah, he's super just genuine. So like, hats off to Henry Cavill. So I was like, oh my gosh, if they can have him play Doctor Doom, and this is like the perfect way to do it. Okay. Kevin Feige walks out on stage, and they're like, they go through the whole thing of like, they're talking about the Deadpool 3 as a potential, like they're going to talk about it or maybe have a trailer for it. And what else? I can't think. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I guess it'd be, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to get a trailer tomorrow. And there's a few other things, but how cool would it be right before he ends the show? He's like, I know everyone's been curious about like what we're going to do for Fantastic Four.
Release the cast. Let's go.
Yeah. So why doesn't our villain come out first? And
my God,
out comes just like Doctor Doom and the suit and everything.
That's cool.
And he's like, why don't you take your mask off?
Oh my God.
And it's Henry Cavill. That would be so freaking
I hope that
awesome.
happens.
Yeah. And there's massive reshoots right now happening with Black Panther 2. And potentially because they already cast Doctor Doom and they want to try to get him into the movie.
Oh, okay.
As like a post-credit scene or something.
Okay, so as far as the rest of the cast, Fantastic Four, what are you thinking?
I mean, I would like John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're going to cast someone younger.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got to think about it this way. If we get someone... there's two ways to think about it, because they're about to really shake up the Marvel Universe with the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. And that's like pretty much an easy way to reboot. Do like a soft reboot of Marvel, which means like recast characters and change things up. But, oh my gosh, I just had a brain fart. What was I saying?
You're talking about John Krasinski, and you don't think that they're going to cast him.
He's just a little old, and he's around the age of Robert Downey Jr. when he got cast as Iron Man. He's like in his 40s.
So he's got like a decade.
Yeah, but does he want to spend a decade doing that? Who knows?
I don't know.
But if he does, awesome. And in how many ever years, whenever they do Secret Wars, if they want to recast him after Secret Wars, they can do it, and I would be fine with that. Or just hire or have someone else younger be Mr. Fantastic, and I'd be fine with that too. Either way, I don't care either way. I'm just excited for the Fantastic Four.
Okay. Any other casting predictions before they announce it tomorrow? Probably. No. So that we can have it on record that you were correct or incorrect.
So this is another rumor that happened just like the other day, and I was like, I knew it. So Jodie Comer, she was one of the people from Free Guy. Do you remember watching that movie? Free Guy? Ryan Reynolds.
No, I didn't watch it.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, well, she's in the movie.
Somebody told us it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Was it?
Zach and Brittany.
I was going to say, was it Zach?
Yeah. So she's like the side character in the movie, and she looks like a young Sue Storm.
Okay.
And I was like, oh man, she'd be a perfect casting. And I even have it in my documents on my phone, because I type in like
post that.
What?
Your predictions. We have it on record.
Okay. But I like have her and Margot Robbie and like a couple other people.
Yeah, I
Potentially.
love Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I think she'd be a good Sue Storm too.
Mm-hmm. I really like Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
But only if John Krasinski is Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think logistically speaking, that would not work for their family situation.
No. Oh, see, there it is. Fantastic Four reboot. Oh, okay. This is here. I will post this.
Okay.
But here were my predictions. This was in June. The beginning of June is when I did this last.
Okay.
So Blake Lively, potentially as Sue Storm. That's Ryan Reynolds' wife.
I know who she is. I'm trying to picture what that would look like.
Yeah.
She's freaking one of the most beautiful people alive.
Yeah.
So
I was like, oh, she might. Well, the only reason I thought that is because I saw an interview with Ryan Reynolds, and I was like,
she's pretty tall.
Yeah.
I think.
And I was like, she would make a good Sue Storm.
Yeah.
Then Margot Robbie, Jodie Comer, and Emma Roberts were my predictions for
Emma Roberts.
just not a nobody, but like a younger person.
I'm not a huge fan of Emma Roberts. I did like one of her movies more recently, but just in general, not a huge fan. I don't think they'll go that direction.
Her?
Yeah.
You don't like her?
I don't not like her, but she's not like my favorite actress.
What? Oh, okay. We're the Millers. I was like, I knew I watched her in something recently that made me think like, oh, she might be a good Sue Storm.
They would have to do a lot with like her hair and like her brows to make it like right.
So another casting I have for Reed Richards is Jack Whitehall.
I'm trying to think of who that is.
That's the dude from Jungle Cruise, Emily Blunt's brother.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty good.
Yeah. I have him as Reed Richards. Obviously, John Krasinski.
Yeah.
And that's the only two. Because I have a hard time trying to cast him. I would also like to see the Ian Grudoff from the 2005 Fantastic Four make an appearance as somewhere.
Okay.
As Reed Richards, because I love him.
Yeah, he did a good job.
And for Dr. Doom, I have Henry Cavill and Clive Standen.
Okay, and then...
He's a little bit older, though. That's the only thing. He's a couple years older than... Taken. He was in the show Taken. Or the movie Taken. No, I'm sorry. The show Taken. That's what I was like, that's not right. I watched the show Taken.
I
He was in
haven't,
that
so
show.
I wouldn't know.
And the show Vikings.
Do you have a picture right now?
Of the guy?
Yeah.
Him. As Dr. Doom.
Yeah, that looks... Yeah, he would make a good Dr. Doom.
Him.
He looks pretty similar to the guy we got previously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
I think anyone from the UK. You gotta have, like... Because Dr. Doom, like... Latveria, his home, is based out of, like, Europe. Eastern Europe. So I feel like you have to have some sort of Eastern Europe actor.
Okay. Human Torch.
Zac Efron.
Yeah.
I like Zac Efron a
I
lot.
do too. He seems super genuine.
Yeah. And I mean, that's been like a big, like, kind of like the whole John Krasinski thing. A big, like, oh my gosh, get Zac Efron to do it. People also want the dude from Stranger Things. I don't know what his name is.
I don't know. We haven't watched that.
Yeah. But I just really like Zac Efron, and I feel like he has that, like...
Kind of spunky.
Yes.
Could
the
be.
2005, when Chris Evans played
Yeah.
Human Torch, like, when you read the comics, like, that's how he is. And I feel like Zac Efron could do that very well.
Okay. And then...
Ben Grimm,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to happen. But I really like Okay. Liev Schreiber as Ben Grimm, the Thing.
What's he in?
You know who he is. He was that guy from
Oh,
Wolverine
yeah.
Origins.
Interesting. Okay.
He also does the voice of Kingpin in Into the Spider-Verse, the
Okay.
animated movie, which you don't like, but like his voice carries really well. And obviously Ben Grimm is a CGI character. Like Liev Schreiber's older. He's in his 50s.
Yeah.
But you pretty much just have to have the voice.
Yeah. Because the rest is CGI
And it's going to be like rock CGI.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I really like that.
I'm excited for Fantastic Four, but I'm not.
I'm so excited for
obviously
Fantastic
you're
Four.
the one who's this mega fan over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm absolutely excited for Fantastic Four.
Okay. Well, I guess that's really it for today. We've been talking for a while now.
Yeah, almost an hour.
But let's plan on doing another podcast tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow evening. We'll be talking about any Disney park news probably tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of the Marvel, Lucasfilm, Fox News or Fox.
Yeah, and we might have to do that, and like
We'll do what we feel like is right after based on what's announced.
Yeah.
So, lots of stuff coming soon from this podcast.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up for tonight because it's getting late. But we appreciate you guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We are so excited for the announcements tomorrow, obviously. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram at Beyond the Ears Podcast. We've been doing a lot more stories, especially with D23 going on right now. Interactive stories where you can do polls, answer questions, give your input. So follow us over there. Trying to be a little bit more active on there. Keep it fun. Comment, like, subscribe on whatever platform you are listening, and we will talk to you guys very soon.